Hey everybody, it's your boy SergDragon. Welcome back to another edition of the Heavens Monsters podcast. With me today is Terrence, aka T-Money.
If you smell what the lion is cooking.
Today we'll be covering March 2nd on 2020, as well of Monday Night Raw, as well as March 4th of NXT. Let's go. We start the night off of Monday Night Raw with Brock Lesnar making an appearance, with Paul Heyman talking the talk and saying that Drew McIntyre is nothing more than hype for WrestleMania, and saying that he is the, and I quote, bitch hype, and he's going to get his ass whooped at WrestleMania. Drew McIntyre shows up, enters the ring, and Brock Lesnar Paul Heyman are just looking at him like, nah, save it for WrestleMania. Soon as Drew McIntyre was no fool, soon as Brock Lesnar turned his back, he quickly tries to come at him, and all he gets for his trouble is he literally walks into a Claymore kick. Woohoo! And then it didn't stop there, because once Drew McIntyre leaves, Brock Lesnar is staggering to get back up and leave, and he is just huffing and puffing. He is mad as hell. And the moment he gets to the stage and he looks at the crowd, here comes Drew McIntyre with another Claymore kick to the face. And you think that was done, bro? You think it was done? Nah, he had one more left for him. He waited for Brock Lesnar to get up on that stage, and he hit him again for a third time for the night. And then he just stands over Brock Lesnar. And this ain't like Ricochet. No. Compared to the Drew McIntyre of old, Drew McIntyre of today is an ass kicker. Woo! He's definitely kicking the beast's ass. That's for sure. So that's how we start Monday Night Raw, dude. Holy. Hold up. Be right back.
What's wrong?
Okay, and we're back. Sorry, he had something in his eyelash, so I made sure to get it because I knew it was going to go in his eyeball. Okay, here we go. Next thing on the list is
Street Profits versus Seth Rollins and Murphy for the Raw Tag Team titles.
The Street Profits would get a shot at Seth and Murphy once again. This time on Monday Night Raw, getting the job done. Your new Raw Tag Team Champions of the night. And Seth is pissed. Not so far as, because I thought they stopped doing this, but apparently he's got a rematch clause. And he demands that at Elimination Chamber, the titles would be defended. And they get their rematch. And they are. It's official. They're going to get it.
Because you know who interfered? Did you see who interfered?
Hold up. Go ahead. Excuse me.
The person who caused that to happen was Kevin Owens.
Yeah. Next.
The 24/7 champion Riddick Moss versus Ricochet.
In this match, after the loss at Super Showdown, Ricochet was hoping to get one up after fighting the Beast, but sadly, it didn't go that way. In this match, Riddick Moss actually gets the drop on Ricochet and pins him, and immediately runs because of the rules of the 24/7 champion. But you don't see anybody chasing him anymore. It sucks.
Because you know what he's doing now?
What?
Because they agree with Mojo Rawley that the title should be now defended on the ring.
Yeah, but the rules are still applied. It means anytime, any place.
Not anymore, though.
Well, on camera, yeah. Off camera, we're still waiting for somebody to jump him.
No, actually,
or I guess they got all tired of it.
They changed it, bro.
Yeah, they should have kept it that way. It's fun. Next. Oh, yeah, that's a long-ass title.
Aleister Black versus Carl Anderson versus Gallows versus AJ Styles.
I know. This is weird. So basically, Aleister Black wanted a match with AJ Styles, but apparently the contract he signed, and I don't know if this is just AJ Styles talking out of his ass.
They gave him 3 matches.
Yep. In order to fight AJ Styles, he would have to go through Carl Anderson, which he did. Beat him. He had to go through Luke Gallows, which Luke Gallows wouldn't stop stomping on him, thus ending in a disqualification, and a beatdown that would wear out Aleister Black to finally fight AJ Styles, and AJ just had the momentum going for him throughout the entire match because Aleister Black barely had any fight left in him.
Because what they're doing is trying to beat him pretty bad for AJ Styles to win.
In which case, at the end of the match, AJ Styles hits him from the top rope, not the corner. He springboards into the arena to do his signature phenomenal forearm. And when he ends the match, he crosses Aleister Black's arms and sticks out his tongue, doing the signature pin of The Undertaker after he does a tombstone. Usually, sometimes he does it with the last ride or the chokeslam as well. But iconically, it's with the tombstone power driver. Basically, this means we're going to have Undertaker at WrestleMania this year, but with AJ Styles. One of the people were hoping for this entire time, but with the way you were saying it, we thought we were going to get Sting versus The Undertaker this year.
But
nope.
Here's the thing. This might save that for, I guess, for Crown Jewel.
Yeah, when they go to Saudi Arabia or Australia, they do that, yeah.
Well, actually, they just announced it yesterday. They're going to go to Saudi Arabia.
So next year's Crown Jewel, we will have Undertaker versus Sting. Ain't it weird that it's always Goldberg and Undertaker at those places? Yeah.
Because,
go ahead.
Crown Jewel is Saudi Arabia, which is a crown. It's like a royal.
Yeah, they called it like a Royal Rumble.
No, it's not like that. It's because it's a Saudi Arabia. They got that idea from some kind of like a prince.
Yeah. Next.
Liv Morgan.
What the hell? I saw that. I know you didn't. You barely pushed anything. It just refreshed.
Yeah, I'll get it back.
I think you passed it. No, there it goes. Yeah.
Liv Morgan versus her former leader, Ruby Riott, with Sarah Logan as the special guest referee.
There you go. In this match, a lot of people, including myself, prior to what Sarah Logan said in her last week Twitter account, saying she was going to be there for Ruby Riott. And you said it. I looked it up. You were right. This time around, as the special guest referee, we thought it was going to be a screw job on Liv Morgan. But Sarah Logan played it down the middle, calling the shots, calling the matches as far as between Ruby and Liv Morgan were going. It was just an all-out fight between the two, respectfully, in the ring.
Not to Ruby Riott. It wasn't perfect to her. She just wanted to beat him up.
Yeah. But then, courtesy of the fact that Liv Morgan was putting up one hell of a fight and it kept going to a 2 count, typical heel move is blaming the referee, or in this case, the special guest referee. Oh, we'll be right back. Like I was saying, typical heel move, blaming the referee. In this case, special guest referee. So, when that happened, Sarah Logan and Ruby Riott were bickering with each other. Then, when Liv Morgan lifted her arm at one point, Ruby Riott was thrown into Sarah Logan, and Sarah Logan just looked at her and said, "You did that on purpose, didn't you?" Not saying a damn word. The match would go on, and once again, Sarah Logan is getting blamed for not hitting the 3 count, to a point that Ruby Riott shoves her into the corner ring, and Liv Morgan gets the roll up on her, and she quickly does a 3 count, screwing over Ruby Riott, giving Liv Morgan the win. Then it all breaks out. And I kind of saw how this was going. At first, I thought Sarah Logan was going to stomp on Liv Morgan and showing her loyalty. That didn't happen. But it did happen in a way I figured was going to happen. Rules of Elimination Chamber. These 3 once friends had tattooed the date in which they first formed and first met of the Riot Squad. Now all bitter enemies, especially in the Elimination Chamber where it's everyone for themselves. Liv Morgan would get the drop and Insaguri, that means Air's jump kick to the side of the temple of Ruby Riot's head. But as soon as she's down from that attack, here comes Sarah Logan with a running knee to Liv Morgan's head, and Sarah Logan is the last woman standing in that situation. I want to say tussle, but
I heard Liv Morgan got the tattoo removed.
Yeah.
To change her image.
Oh, this is finally. You were right, bro. Yeah. You were right. Tell it.
Eric Rowan reveals what's in his cage to No Way Jose. It scared the hell out of everybody.
The conga line followed by No Way Jose. No Way Jose would actually kindly ask, we gotta know what's in that cage. And Eric Rowan would say, you know, I was waiting for somebody to actually have the courage to politely ask me what it is my friend is. So he did. He pulled him out. I was expecting him to bite him. And then we see what the hell it is. It's electronic, but just to see that thing and it's realistic, despite being electronic, it was a giant ass tarantula the size of a small fucking turtle. I mean, a cat or whatever. Good Lord. That scares some people. They all running, they all each way. One coming this way, someone coming that way, some going that way. They're all running, just bawling out, seeing that big ass thing. Again, you can tell it's electronic, but just the imagination of being real. If you were a little kid, you're like, ah!
I think the wrestlers would feel like when they saw the Jake Robert snake.
Yeah, but the thing is, the snake was real. Yeah. That thing was fake.
No, that part
but damn, if that spider was real, goddamn.
No, it's when they ran.
Yeah. Fun fact, you go on Storytime, Jake the Snake Robert actually could use the snake to make a nasty fart, and he did that to fans. It was like, I don't know what a snake smells like when it farts. I don't think I want to find out. Because from what I hear, it's rancid.
You know, some people find that majestic when you see, I saw this on YouTube, where a snake, he peels out his skin, and they find that majestic, where the snake cuts.
Yeah, some people do.
Yeah.
Other people are just grotesque by it.
Yeah, gross by it.
Next up.
Shayna Baszler versus Raw Women's Tag Team Champion Kairi Sane.
Last week, I don't know how this happened, I guess for Natalya, but Asuka's hand, her left hand got injured and sprained. Will she be able to go into the Elimination Chamber this Sunday? I don't know. So once again, the participants of the women's number one contendership for WrestleMania at Becky Lynch's Raw Women's Championship, my money's on Shayna Baszler. Besides her is Asuka, Natalya, and all three former members of Riot Squad. Sarah Logan, Liv Morgan. Actually, that rhymes. I just now realized that. And Ruby Riott.
I already told you who they already got.
Yeah.
Shayna Baszler.
Yep. You know that's going to be her.
Yeah.
And Becky Lynch is wearing the crown of Jerry the King Lawler. She's calling herself the King. He's agreeing. He looked better than that. In this match, though, she would win with, of course, the Kimura Clutch and making Kairi Sane tap out or pass out.
Did you also know that Shayna Baszler is the oldest woman in the WWE Women's
Revolution right now?
Yeah, she's the oldest.
That's fine. Also, considering the fact that I was thinking they would talk more about this to a competitor. They would have a heated rivalry story for the NXT Women's title back in the day when they were both on NXT. In this match, it was kind of a downgrade considering she was just a teammate and being cheered on by Asuka. Again, Asuka and Shayna Baszler never really fought. This would be the first time, although we got 4 other competitors. So people are still waiting, including myself, one-on-one with Shayna Baszler and Asuka. We won't see that until much later. Next.
Rey Mysterio and Humberto Carrillo versus United States Champion Andrade and Angel Garza.
In this match, this was a match that these two needed a win after these guys have been dominating for quite some time. So Rey Mysterio and Humberto got the drop on Andrade, Angel Garza, as well as Zelina Vega. That's good. Zelina Vega was upset. And here's the main event, and man, a lot of people were mad.
No, it was like
mad.
It's not like a main event. It's more a confrontation event where she makes her announcement.
And there's nothing else.
That's it. That was it. Randy Orton is confronted by Edge's wife, Glamazon, Beth Phoenix.
Confronted her.
Confronted.
Is he confronted with? He said.
Confronted.
Yeah, he confronted her.
Randy Orton is confronted.
The way you said it sounds like he was being confronted by Beth.
She wanted to talk to him, so I said Randy Orton is confronted.
She was actually there to issue the update health-wise on Edge, her husband. Yeah. Father to her children. Mm-hmm. Randy Orton, I'm just going to sum it up since we're on a time right now because his ride's coming. Mm-hmm. He would say that what he did wasn't so much out of hate, it was out of love. Tough love, if I was to give it word. He would actually put down Edge because he knows he's a wrestling junkie. He would do anything to get back in the ring, considering his neck injury would put him out of commission. But all he did was put him in that predicament anyway, before someone else did. And out of that, Beth Phoenix would kick him in the stomach, and he would just RKO her, ending the night in that fashion. Because of this issue, it would be talked about on WWE Backstage, as well as the fact that she wouldn't be on commentary because of this incident on NXT.
Yeah.
All right. While you're looking up March 4th of NXT, a shout out to our fellow hot brethren of the Heaven's Monsters podcast. And from what I understood, I said Andre twice last time. That's on me. A shout out to Xavier Hill, Mike Henry, Andre Mitchell. A link to their YouTube pages will be in the descriptions down below. And another shout out to Renee Farrow, Chris Petrie, Delvin, and our boy T-Money here. On a side note, we would have the Jeff Hardy on WWE Backstage. And man, people, I would highly recommend this. Check this out because I found it today.
If you got interested in it.
Yeah. Check out WWE on Fox YouTube channel. Literally, look that up. It says WWE on Fox. I found that today. I was like, ooh, Jeff Hardy. Hey, I wouldn't even watch this, but I would like to see it again. He's doing his entrance. He's talking about his life, and he likes how he's on SmackDown while his brother is on Raw. Even though his contract ended, they mentioned that too. And wherever they go, they will always still be brothers. They will always still be the Hardy Boys. But for right now, he's going for his single competitors and see where that takes him.
But and just so everyone know about Matt Hardy, he's no longer with WWE.
Yeah. And right now, he is literally one of the hottest free agents in wrestling right now.
He's already chose where he's going to go.
AEW?
Yeah.
Let's see the broken brilliance once again.
Here's the thing about that.
What?
You can't use that.
Broken?
Yeah.
Broken?
Yes.
Come on.
Guess what, bro? You can't. Not 30 and
how about ruin brilliance?
They told him he has to go with his original Matt Hardy stuff, like he's doing right now.
Or a whole different gimmick.
No, that's the one he said he's gonna go through, bro.
In other news, as far as WWE Backstage, I'm trying to remember what they were talking about. We would see once again. Oh, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, the new fourth name going into this year of 2020 Hall of Fame is none other than Texas owned, not Houston, just Texas, John Bradshaw Layfield.
No.
Yeah, but he's a Texan. Even Mark Henry said it. This is a star cast of Texans. I'm looking like, hey, Mark Henry, you wrong because of the fact that Renee Young is Canadian, but Booker T, Houston, Texas. Mark Henry from Texas, but a little smaller town, and Bradshaw was from Texas at one point.
But no, do you know why I said it from Texas?
Yeah,
because he's American.
There you go.
Because but see, Bradshaw's from New York.
Yeah, he's in New York now.
No, that's what he's.
Where did he move to?
No, he's still from New York.
Then what the hell are they calling him Texan?
Because he's American, bro.
No.
That's what they call us.
Texan.
Yeah,
Texan.
American.
No, because there's a time when Texas was all by itself.
No,
that's where we got our flag.
That's another name for us.
Nah. Texas does not just take over the whole United States. That's wrong. And I'm a Texan. I'll say that. We don't run the whole state. Fuck that. Who says that? Texas runs America. The fuck we do?
He's really from New York.
If we did, man, fuck. Donald Trump would not be fucking president. I'll say that much. I hear a lot of bad shit from Trump before he was fucking instated, whatever you call it. And that was on Metro alone. Okay. So, other than that, I was happy to see John Bradshaw Layfield. He even got a message from John Cena congratulating him. And all this stuff, talking about his past, where his beginnings and where he is. One of the most recognized heels of WWE, as well as one of the longest champions on SmackDown, world champion, as well as the fact of commentator and all of that. Good on you, John Bradshaw. And when his tag team with
Farouk
goes into the Hall of Fame, he'll be a 2-time Hall of Famer. Watch out for that.
Actually, we don't know yet for sure.
APA. Right?
APA.
APA.
Acolytes Protection Agency.
Yeah. Okay. What were you saying?
Huh?
You were saying about that?
We don't know for sure because they might end up like putting another tag team in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, I'm saying later on. I'm not saying now. I'm saying later on. They ain't Hall of Famers yet as a tag team. So I'm just saying that. Okay. Now let's get. I think that's all cleared. If I missed something, quote me on it. But
I'm happy that the NWO is going. That's all I'm happy about.
Yeah, first one besides Batista. Now we also got the Bella Twins and JBL.
Ooh, Bella Twins.
All right. Starting off, NXT is none other than a cage match. One of the two cage matches of the night. Starting off the night would be Dakota Kai going against Tegan Nox in a steel cage match. Ultimately, between the two will be the outside force of... What's her name? What is this woman's name? Raquel Gonzalez. She would be the major factor.
Raquel.
No, Raquel.
What?
Raquel. I got family members named Raquel.
What?
That's how you spell it. Raquel. Q can make the K sound as well as the Qua. You didn't know that? Raquel. Not Waquel.
I said Raquel. I said Raquel. That's how I know where.
That's how you say it.
That's how I know where you can pronounce it.
Yeah. I'm telling you, Raquel. That's the way I say it. Anyway, Raquel would be the Gonzalez. How about that? Gonzalez is the one that freaking messed her up, getting in her way multiple times. But the main part of the time was when she kicked the door while on top of the cage, trying to go over it and messing up her leg. Gonzalez would actually use herself as a means of holding her down on the cage, trapping her against the cell door, giving Dakota Kai the means to escape and win the match. Devastated by this loss, Gonzalez as well as Dakota Kai are happy to move on from Tegan Nox. This is not right, my brother. This is not right. That win was terrible. Next up, we have
Chelsea Green versus Shotzi Blackheart
to qualify
for the NXT Women's Championship #1 Contenders Ladder match at NXT Takeover in Tampa.
Woo, this is going to be good. First, we have this devilish woman riding a tank into the arena, followed by the woman that would represent, what's his name? Robert Stone? Is that his name? Robert Stone? Yeah. Chelsea Green would win the match, right? Right? Because last time she lost her. Nope, she won this time. And qualifies into the #1 contendership. Next up,
Cameron Grimes challenged Keeley for his North American Championship.
Nobody likes Cameron Grimes. Nobody. Saying, you have no friends. You have no friends. Or no one likes you. And he says, I don't need anybody like me. I like me. That's all that matters. And he tries to shut up Keith Lee trying to speak his mind. And when he does, Keith Lee just tells him straight that okay, we got to speed this up. In which case, he just says, Keith Lee says he's going to get his ass whooped to Cameron Grimes. And that match is official. Next up, the Undisputed Era goes up against
Danny Burch
and Oney Lorcan. Danny Burch and Oney Lorcan. Oney Lorcan. Oh, yeah. I know that, guys. They end up winning the match and calling out the tag team champions, the Broserweights, Pete Dunne and Matt Riddle, in which case those two accept the match and then immediately get jumped by the grizzled young veterans, and they don't care about this or that Rigo better make the match happen between them and the Broserweights for the title. Sadly, later that night, we would hear that the match was denied by the grizzled young veterans, and instead next week we will see the Bruiserweights go up against the Undisputed Era, aka the UE, because their letters undisputed and era, UE. That's what they call them. I don't. That sounds like a stupid name. I'd rather call them Undisputed Era. Next up, we have Austin Theory going up against Isaiah Swerve Scott. A little talk in the back saying Austin Theory was the greatest superstar of the year. Scott found that displeasing, and they would have a number one contender match. They would have a match between each other, and in which case Austin Theory proves his worth by beating Swerve Scott. Nobody likes it, but nobody complain about it because he didn't cheat. Next up is the final match of the night. The second steel cage match would be Roderick Strong going up against Velveteen Dream. In which case, again, switching around this whole story mode, the babyface would be Velveteen Dream. Heel is Roderick Strong. But because Velveteen Dream was messing with the images of Roderick Strong's family,
he had people in backstage makes a pants out of Rausch McRue, and he asked them put
the photos,
Roderick Strong's wife and kids picture on them.
Uh-huh. And he would taunt them over and over. And then later in the match, the Undisputed Era would come out, try to get in the arena, and comes into a point where I don't need this anymore. Literally, Adam Cole would be entered in the ring, thrown inside the ring by Velveteen Dream, and then Roderick Strong would be thrown out by Velveteen Dream, literally giving him the win. By throwing him out, Roderick Strong is the winner, and then Velveteen Dream puts the chain and locks in the current NXT champion, Adam Cole, revealing his true plot. Roderick Strong was just a game piece to get the main piece. The king of the chessboard on the Undisputed Era, and that's Adam Cole, baby. And that's when he whoops his ass, he goes in, he fends off against anybody trying to get in the ring with a kendo stick.
Coming right now.
No doubt. Leaving this podcast, his ride's here. He cannot say no. He's got to go. Later, bro.
Later.
Yeah. Which case, I can finish up here. I'm glad I was trying to get to this point. I can talk my ass off from here. Yeah. In which case, Roderick Strong, during the match, his wife would show up and hand him a kendo stick in the steel cage and said, that's all I'm going to do. That's all I'm going to do. So after the match, he would take that very same kendo stick, whooping Adam Cole as well as anyone getting in the arena, and freaking jump from the top rope corner onto freaking Adam Cole and then just lay out everybody from inside the cage, holding that title and standing tall over everybody, even climbing up to the cage and leaning in, that kind of seductive, sexy style, looking at that camera in the top angle and showing what he's after come NXT TakeOver Portland. And man, did he make one hell of a statement, taking on all Undisputed Era by himself with a steel cage and a kendo stick. So my buddy's here. I can't get a second opinion on this, so I'm just going to say this to all of you watching this video. What do you think is going to happen? Are they going to make a special stipulation for this match? between Velveteen Dream and Adam Cole for the NXT title? Or is this just going to be a normal match? In my hopes, I hope it's something special. It's gonna be, if they do, that's going to be good. All in all, that's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed. Shout out again to all our fellow brothers and T-Money who just left. And I'll see you all this Sunday at Elimination Chamber. I'm SergDragon. That was T-Money. You like this video? Give it a thumbs up. You didn't? Give it a thumbs down. Hit that subscribe button, like the content. Hit that notification bell for the next Heaven Monsters Podcast video. And I'll see you then. Peace.